Last time we left off, after arriving to the town of Jernima and tracking down this violent influence that was plaguing the town to the abandoned temple, the party managed to get past the first room by combining the body parts of 6 scarecrows together, which caused the spirit of Alora the Elf Queen to be revived. And with the departure of Alora, the party was allowed to enter the next room, which turned out to be a small dueling arena. Otis was the one to trigger the arena, causing an angel to descend from the ceiling to duel Otis. With a bow to one another, Otis and the angel begin fighting each other. Thanks to some use of Otis's training and some magical protection, he was able to defeat the angel in a duel, causing the 3 chests that were in the room to unlock and reward the party with 1,000 gold pieces, a celestial short sword, and a small piece of what appears to be a discarded flag. The party moved back to the first room and sent Poe out to scout out the next area, showing a hallway with 3 different pathways. Welcome, Seth. 3 different pathways, one leading to a dead end with a chest, another leading to a doorway, another leading down another path. And with that in mind, the party entered the new area and headed to investigate the chest, which to Maze, it appeared to have moved. And after interacting with the chest, it revealed to be a very strange mimic who talked with the party and revealed its name was Mim. A very strange mimic who talked and wanted to join the party, recognizing them as new friends. The party decided to cautiously take Mim with them, and with that, the party decided to try on the door, which showed a room filled with coffins. Using Finwin's primal awareness, she sensed 16 undead creatures coming from inside the room. The party were in the process of moving on when suddenly Laurie, who was the one peeking inside the room, was pushed by Mim into the room, causing the door to lock behind her. The group discovered that Laurie was missing, not really seeing what happened, but quickly put together that Mim was the one who pushed Laurie inside. Trapped inside, Laurie could only hear the groans of the undead inside, seemingly coming out of their coffins. And Abi, Laurie's dragon spirit, offered rather aggressively to take over to save Laurie. Laurie agreed for them to do whatever they had to do to keep her safe, then blacked out. The party soon heard loud banging and growling coming from the other side. Finwin took notice that blood was coming from underneath the doorway, and the party decided to prepare for whatever could possibly come out of the room. The noise went silent, and soon after, the door crumbled, showing a very bloody Laurie. Finwin rushed to assist Laurie while Egris and May discussed what happened. Egris informed Maze that whatever is giving out the influence, Abi gave into that specific being very easily, and expressed his desire to kill Laurie before things got worse. May swiftly refused the offer, and Otis gave Laurie a potion to help cleanse her from the influence. However, Laurie's body seemed to reject the potion by puking up a black tar-like substance from her mouth, and causing the party were confused on what to do next to help, when suddenly the oh so lovable Hill, seemingly appearing out of nowhere, didn't seem very pleased on what was going on with Laurie. Hill quickly came to Laurie and began to comfort her. There, we will resume.
Hi, I'm here.
Welcome, Seth.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I hope you caught all that.
Yes, I did, thankfully.
Alright, cool. Okay, then we will resume right where we left off. So, right now, Laurie, you're currently on your hands and knees, just kind of preparing in case anything more comes out at you, and Hill, in his satyr form, with a black vest and a white undershirt, tan skin with some patches of fur along his arms, his ram horns curving back, and his dirty blonde hair, and his goat legs, is kind of squatting down next to you and kind of patting your back while holding your hair back to make sure you don't get any of it in your hair. And Hill just looks at all of y'all and
Yeah.
once again says, "What the fuck are y'all doing here?"
What
What the fuck are you
Oh.
doing here?
Who even are you?
Oh yes,
What?
you don't know.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah. I'm
Larry's
feeling.
boy toy.
Oh, and you see Hill just goes, "Laurie, I'm your boy toy now." I didn't know. I didn't know I upgraded to that stat. That's not the point. We can discuss about that later. For now, and at this moment, you see the room begin to shake, and you see Hill just looks up and goes, "Shit, come on, out of the room, out of the room, go, go!" And Hill reaches down and scoops you up, Laurie, and bridal style, and kind of looks at you, Finwin, and he uses one of his goat legs to kind of push you back and go out, out, out.
Ow. Okay. Jeez. Jesus. Well, maybe. Will it let me move?
I'm back to Akora's side, kind of uncomfortably close to him.
Am I the
This thing
emotional
that earns-
support lion now?
Oh yeah, I was cuddled up to you last session, and you weren't even here to stop me.
I mean, you, Carl wouldn't stop you anyway.
As y'all get out of the room, you suddenly see the door, the crumpled door begins piecing itself back together, with seemingly being put together by the same strange, thick, dark red magical energy that seems to be picking it back up and forming it, and then sealing the door. And you can hear some groaning, and what sounds like rocks and stone are being shipped around inside. And Hill just looks back at the door and goes, "Fuck, that was close. All right. Now, let's continue this conversation. What the fuck are y'all doing here?"
What are you doing here?
Yet that one.
My job. I sensed that Laurie was in trouble, so I came running.
I want to insight check that.
Okay.
I don't believe this fucker at all.
Roll me insight.
He's 9 times out of 10. He's always so smooth with his speaking, and now he's stuttering around.
Oh yeah, very easily. He's not telling. At the very least, he's not telling the whole truth. He's purposely leaving out a lot of stuff.
Okay. Okay, cut the bullshit. I am gonna appeal to his what I kind of think he's a little full of himself. You always speak so eloquently and clear and precise. You're hiding something. You're stuttering. You don't do that. What's going on?
Listen, what? How to explain this properly? There are things that I do that is none of y'all's business.
Likewise for us to you. Yet you're here.
I'd certainly consider it my business if it involves me.
You see, Hill just still
It's going
looking,
there.
still looking you over, Laurie, and oh yeah, still holding you like bridal style, by the way. And Hill just looks at you, Laurie, and goes, "It's that damn orb again, isn't it?" And you see Hill gently set you down, and looks at you, and goes, "Fuck.
Language.
Look, all of you should just leave. Just leave this temple. None of y'all belong here. I can take care of whatever it is that's causing the issue. All of y'all just leave. Y'all are not supposed to be here.
You'll
We kinda
actually
have a
take
job
care of the
to go
problem,
through.
and you're not just saying that?
We actually have a job to do down here.
Yeah.
Uh, the rest of you are giving me the impression that we're not gonna believe him.
You see, Hill looks over at you, Otis, and goes, "Where's Scaly?"
Oh, you
Scaly?
should have seen the way he struggled to get out of my grasp.
Okay. He had decided that he did not want to come down here on account of children, so he's staying with them.
Hmm. Well, he's smarter than y'all.
Okay, you say you'll take care of whatever the problem is.
More or less.
Why is it that now you'll decide to do that? People have been dying here and suffering, and this problem's been going on for, I don't know, weeks.
Look,
And yet, now you want to figure it
Jesus
out now
Christ.
that we're here? That's suspicious, Hill.
look, I
Yeah.
am a very busy Fae. I didn't know things were happening here.
Okay.
Why do you know now?
Okay.
And why do you know that you can fix it?
I know because of you. And looks at you, Larry. I may be keeping track of you.
Looks like you got a stalker.
That's. Look, I'm just looking out. I'm just trying to make sure you're okay every night. I don't purposely look. It's just a set. It's a magical. It's a magical enchantment that I put on you near one of the first times we met. In case you got in danger, it would let me know. Okay.
Is that how you've been finding her all this time?
How long has this enchantment been on me?
Oh, jeez, I just done so much in the past week or so. It's hard for me to remember.
Well, you better fucking remember.
Okay, we can
Uh,
don't try to change the subject on turn this on me. I want to know why y'all are here and how soon y'all can leave.
Sam, can I don't know what check this would be, but can I like try and figure out if he's how the hunters that Roland is helping know?
Yeah,
where
that's what I was
Mel is?
thinking.
Say that one more time.
Can I don't know what this would be, but can I like figure out if this is how, if the enchantment is how the green cloaks know where Mel is?
That's a
With
very
that,
good and
you would
very
need
good
to
starting
find the
point.
enchantment in order to study it, just to
Okay.
get more of an idea.
Yeah.
Or ask
How is this?
I guess I could just ask him. That's an option
I'll
too.
leave
Mhm.
if you explain everything to me now. Not later. Not after we get out of here. Now.
Larry, make me a. I'll let you choose. You want to do a persuasion check or intimidation check?
Let me hold on. I'll do persuasion.
Okay.
Can I help her with that
How?
as well? I was just gonna put it out there. Like, I know that the green cloaks are tracking her somehow, and if the enchantment is doing what he says it does, that looks really suspicious for you, my friend.
For that, that's two separate conversations.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't allow that. So normal
Alright.
roll, Larry. Okay. You see Hill kind of just looks at you, Larry, and goes, "Fucking. All right, all right." He looks back at the door and then just sits down where he is and crosses legs and goes, "This temple used to. I'm sure if you gotten this far, this temple used to belong to a god, a very violent god way back when. Look,
Yeah.
the story goes from what my father told me is when this world was still being created, when the Titans were still roaming the land and still trying to help form the grounds and the seas and the wind. The original gods who were around, there was, let's just say, there was a bit of some troublemakers among the gods. And four of these troublemakers were worse than everybody else. And they managed to make it to a point where I'm not really supposed to talk about them. They managed to get to a point where all the other gods had to work together to banish these four gods because they were arguably some of the most powerful out of all the gods. So they were all banished, bind to be forever forgotten because even though it was gods versus gods, you can never truly kill a god with their sliver of divinity that they all have. So the best thing that we can do to at least weaken them to a point is forget them. So this temple was created when they were worshipped at the time, at the near the very beginning of creation, where the first humanoids were roaming this land. That would be the first elves who roamed the world, and then soon after, they would be the first humans. After that, it would be the orcs. After that, so on and so forth. My father, he was there at the beginning. He was favored by many of the gods. And when the four gods were banished, the rest of the gods warped everybody's minds to make them forget all of those four gods. My father was one of the few to be exempt from it, because my father was, I guess you can say, a guard dog here for this temple. When I took over my father's domain, the responsibility fell onto me, and my father, rather the bastard of a father I had, kind of pushed the responsibility on me and gave me all this information. So, you are in one of my charge. So, respectfully, I wasn't aware that the temple were being noticed at this time because I was a bit busy back in the Feywild.
With what?
That is private matters, Laurie, that I can inform you later if you are so interested.
Or you can inform me now.
These matters do not involve any of you.
Hill,
Hmm?
but I understand that the goal is to forget these gods. This temple, did it belong to one or multiple?
It belonged to just one.
Okay. By any chance, those statues that we came across on the way in, was that them?
You see, he kind of looks up and you see he's thinking about it, and then more or less, that was I guess you can say, a depiction of them.
I don't know if anybody else. I know that we believe that one of them may be our previous benefactor. And if she is one of them, or they are, both of them, I don't know how that works. Things just got a lot more complicated somehow.
You were telling me. And you see, he looks over at Larry, kind tilts his head. The freaking mortal that I'm showing so much interest in happens to be involved in the temples. Fate's a bitch.
That one I can agree to.
Look, I have told all that I can, more or less, am allowed to tell. Because if I say their names, that would give them enough divinity to slip out of the bindings even more. So, you can understand why I'm trying to tiptoe and avoid this conversation.
Was you've been keeping tabs, so you know that, at least maybe not me. I know you don't give a shit about me, but Laurie was dead. You didn't show up then.
You see, Hill kind of looks over at you, Larry, and go, "You died?"
Yes.
Mace has a moment of revelation there too. Like, oh, okay. So by any chance, one of these gods, one of them very creepy, maybe scares the shit out of the matron.
Well,
King has the power to cut off all other gods and their disciples from them.
well, depending on how powerful they were, all four of them could potentially do that. But if it has
This
an
one's very
issue,
creepy.
if it has an issue with the matron, oh,
Because we met that one too. Then
y'all met that one?
he
And
Creepy white-
Hill
creepy
immediately
white face.
rushes, like each one of you, and like looking out over, like looking out in your eyes, and going like, and y'all don't seem more insane than y'all usually do. And then rushes over to you, Larry, and gently like lifts you up, and like looking over, stroking hair, going, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine. What? You didn't see that we met this god. And you didn't see that I died.
I'm in charge of this one. I'm a, I'm the guard dog for this one. The four other guardians should have been keeping watch.
What if they're dead?
What was the town that we ran into? That I'm drawing a blank on the name. Was that Rusty Point?
Point, I think, right?
It was Rusty Point.
Okay, so this particular one, it was at the Rusty Point. It was in some door in the basement.
You know that.
It's we didn't open the door, but when it got close, it appeared to crack. It was like every one of us that has a connection to a god. My connection to the matron, Lara's connection.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, we were cut off.
I wasn't
It's-
there.
If
It
it's if it's who I think it is, their temple shouldn't be in Rusty Point. Their temple should. And you see, he kind of looks at Oya. I'm not gonna say that one. I know who's in charge of that one. I can go speak to her and see what she says. And then he go ahead.
Go in the hill. Finish this thing first.
You see, Hill kind of looks over at you, Laurie, and places his hand on your cheek and goes, sorry I didn't know you died. I would have done something. I swear.
But you didn't. No, I no, Okura doesn't say that.
I was gonna say that came out of nowhere.
You
Okura
see,
will not say
he'll
that.
just.
He's not that. I'm petty, not him.
Long exactly have you been watching me?
Always feel
When
like...
I took interest in you,
Was that the first time we met? Or
it was the second encounter. And you see, he'll just kind of just look. It's not making eye contact. Just
and you're the only one who's been tracking me.
as far as I know, I'm the only one that has access to that enchantment. I ain't letting anybody else have you.
And you haven't been telling anybody where I am.
Of course not. I know your situation. I know you don't want to publicly come back to the Fae while, and you want to be away from your family. So, of course, I wouldn't tell anybody about where you're at. Let's.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Oof.
Studying him seemed to be honest.
All right. Well,
Can I tell Hill about what Roland talked to me about? Just let him know that like somebody has, other than you, or if it is you, been tracking Laurie to the point where the Green Cloaks are ready to come and get her and kill anyone else that is with her.
My enchantment is a rather. How should I say? It allows me to check in on Laurie whenever I feel like it. I can just simply turn left and I can check in on her and make sure she's alright. For tracking her, there is a particular spell that allows people to do that, so unless y'all have something to protect you against scrying, I'm sure they're using that method. But and you see, he kind of looks over at you, Laurie, and then he kind of gives a very just shitting smile, and going, "Well, Laurie, I will personally look over your body to make sure there's no other enchantments on you. But
I'm gonna gently bap him.
now
with
is
my
not the
paw.
fucking time.
It's a reflex, okay? I get whatever.
Go be horny some other time. We're in a bit of a pickle right now.
You're telling me. At this point, you hear the stone that were moving in the background and go silent, and you see Hell kind of looks back and goes, "Oh, great, it's fixed. Thank God."
Hey, Hill.
Hmm?
He did, like, he grabbed each of us and kind of like looked us over, right?
Yeah.
You really didn't feel anything wrong with me?
You see, Hill just looks at you, and it's like purposely staring at you for a very long time before blinking and looking away. That issue we can discuss at another time. We can go more in depth with that later. For now, if I remember correctly, y'all said something about leaving.
I didn't agree to that
Hmm.
because you just fixed that door, but that door broke after we opened it. The problem was already happening. What you just did not fix What is happening? These people need help.
I didn't fix that door, nor did I fix that room.
Huh.
The power I
Great.
have
Love
here.
this temple.
Yeah, the power I have
it.
here is very, very limited. This isn't my domain. This is someone's domain.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just invaders. Got it.
Pretty much. Which is why I want to kick y'all out.
Out of character. What are we doing here again? Because I completely forgot.
We were trying to come down here to fix whatever was going on in Jernima so people
Oh,
stopped
okay,
killing
really.
each other.
Yeah, and to that point, you're going to stop these people from going crazy and killing each other.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yep.
100% certain that that will cease.
Promise.
I promise I will stop the people of Jernima from killing any more people.
Promise on Laurie's butt.
That is a very sacred promise.
Exactly.
Promise to do it by keeping them alive.
I promise to make sure they stop killing people.
That is
Okay.
not what we just did.
There are
You said her butt is sacred.
innocent
Sir.
people there, Hill.
Yes.
If they're infected, they're not so innocent.
Yes.
The
They
whole point of they are infected. That doesn't
Laurie
make
is
it fair.
infected.
We are all infected.
We all
All of
are.
us.
All of us.
So if you condemn them, then you're condemning us.
The purpose of this, what are people calling it? That's causing everybody to go crazy.
Mad.
Madness.
Is it the madness? I don't actually remember.
The purpose of this
What is-
madness that's plaguing the town. Better question. What have y'all noticed about the people?
Well, to be quite frank, they're extremely racist.
I think that one was there before the influence there, but
Hmm.
they tend to be
So,
impulsive, quick to anger, suicidal to a point.
Mental.
Is that everyone in the town?
yes,
No.
except for those guards, wasn't it?
Well, I
there's
think
some
it
that-
will be everyone in the town if nothing is done.
Yes,
Wait.
we can't have that.
But not the children.
Oh god, the kids.
Exactly.
Oh,
This madness only hits on the people who have experience. You see, he kind of looks around. Who have experienced some sort of violence in their lives. The poor,
Oh,
the middle class, the guards, the the racists, the not so innocent. They're the ones that are getting plagued with this madness. The children who live a pampered life, who hasn't been too exposed to the harshness of reality yet, are not being affected by whatever, by this madness. However, they now are getting exposed to it. So, the infection is eventually going to take over everyone here.
Hope to self. Write a strongly worded letter to your old bully, Robert O'Toole.
To
There
pat
has
us on the head.
be a way to stop, to do it without killing everybody.
I
The
feel like
o-
mass genocide isn't the solution here. Gonna be
It's
honest.
not.
I mean, it wouldn't be technically
Because-
genocide if we're just killing a town.
Don't start.
Ah,
Hill. If you go by that rule, that means anyone who has had violence done to them also counts, even if they've not directly done it to someone else.
Gestures
They
at
could
Laurie.
still be innocent.
Well, I've done violence. That's really
No, you have.
Everyone, every mortal being, even the gods and immortal beings, has seen some sort of violence in their lives. It could be an argument. It can be racism towards another species. It could be war. It could be famine. It could be burglary. It can be thieving. It could be so many different types, just as long as it's violence. And so far, since I haven't seen this entire country go up in flames, I'm assuming it's just this town. And since it's just this town, if I can wipe everybody off of here, this should contain the problem before it leaks out.
What about
Would
us?
you pass through that town? Even if all the people are gone, this temple is still here. That's not a solution, not permanently.
And you're going to condemn people who are trying to be better as well? Hill, I understand that this is like an easy solution, quotation marks. Killing an entire town is probably not that easy.
Oh, it's very easy. Trust us.
What?
But, oh my god. But if the inciting thing is that everyone is guilty of violence, then yeah, you're gonna just kill everyone. If the children have now started to see the violence, then there's no point in keeping them alive either. Do you see how far this argument could go, Hill?
As long as this god stays buried, that's all. That's all I care about. And regarding the five of y'all, yes, y'all have been exposed to this.
Yes, we can tell.
So can I.
I'm just pissed at you normally right now.
A little bit of the influence can seep in here and there, but look.
I'm not denying that.
I can more or less help the five of y'all, since it's only just y'all. The rest is more tricky. You five have only just been exposed to this, so the influence hasn't been set in stone for y'all. It hasn't planted itself in y'all's mind. And you see he looks over at Laurie. And I'd rather get y'all out of here as quick as possible.
We were sent here to solve this problem, so
Well, consider this problem solved by yours truly.
A feeling that Raven Queen might have words about that. Sure.
Mr. Hill, sir. Hello. Hi. I don't believe we've met. I'm Otis Summers. I guess it's a pleasure meeting your acquaintance.
Otis Summers.
I.
Hmm.
Anywho, I was wondering, and I'm kind of like fiddling for the trinket at my necklet around my neck. I'm like, I was able to concoct this a few days ago, and I'm wondering, do you think it's gonna hold in effect for a good amount of time, or do you think I should rework it in order to make it more effective in our endeavors down here? Because I'm not leaving until this whole debacle is settled. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I promise that I'll help you down here in the temple, and I stand on that word.
I'm in the same camp as the new guy.
You see Hill kind of leans down towards you, Otis, and looks at the amulet and it just goes, Your work is not bad. And you see,
Oh.
kind of holds up the amulet and just looks it over. Hmm. Could use some work here and there, but overall, it's not bad for fighting out the basic influence. For now, you that amulet should lessen the effects that are taking over, that are trying to take over. For if I were to spitball, you see, he looks it over one more time. Maybe a few more days for you.
Oh, lovely. Oh,
My god, he's so cute. What the fuck?
I recognize this work.
mhm. I had a great deal of help from Nazelia. Maybe you recognize her?
A Cora purrs at
Don't-
mention of her name.
Hills kind of looks over at you, and goes, All right, I thought I smelled something.
Oh, but y'all have met Nazelia. Have you been involved with her?
No.
One of us.
That's one way of
said-
putting it.
I'm just staying quiet.
Huh? Oh, the cat lady. No.
Cora, why?
Someone
Oh my
was
God.
involved somehow. Somehow.
Somehow.
No, I think we all know very much so how he was.
Otis doesn't.
Shh.
What you getting on about?
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, you poor child.
Man,
Shh.
don't worry about that. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Hill, I'm standing on my word here. I have to help these people. You know, I've got a great deal of things riding on this, mainly my own pride at this point. I told them that I'd help them, and I have to do that.
How could you say no to that accent? No to
Easily.
that face.
Easily. Because I've seen worse in the Feywild.
No, you're boring.
You can talk to Larry about that. But regardless,
Disgusting.
you see Hill just looks at you, Otis, and goes, the only other way that I can think of is if you get to the final room and try to attempt to reseal, I guess put a bandage wrap over the seal to make it more contained. But you're gonna have
Basically what we were planning on doing anyway.
good luck with that. The 4 rooms that are involved needs a little bit more tricks, I guess you can say. But if y'all are willing to go through all that, I won't particularly stop you because there's not much I can do here in this temple. Nor will I help you.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna be the deal.
And you see Hill kind
So-
of looks over at you, Laurie, and goes, Laurie, can I talk to you in private real fast?
Fine.
Thank you, dear. And you see Hill just grabs hold of your hands and drags you over.
That was the smoothest, like, dragging away I've ever seen.
As Hill pulls you over and kind of pulls you around the corner. And you see Hill kind of looks at the chest that's nearby and goes, Mim, is that you? And you see he kind of just pulls out like a large branch and just taps the chest on its head. And you see one eye just... You're like, oh, Mim. Go away. And Mim just goes, closes his eyes before his hands just, and then latches onto the walls and it just skitters around the wall.
Do you know that thing.
Sadly, yes. Anyways. I'm gonna be honest, baby girl. I don't want you here. Because I don't think you're safe here. I can take you somewhere safe. I can take you away from here. And I can help get you better. I don't want you here.
I'm not just going to walk away from all these people down here or in the town. I'm not going to abandon them. I'm not a coward.
I'm not saying you're a coward. I'm not uh, saying for you to do that.
I'm not saying I'm a coward either. I'm saying you are.
Larry, there are things at play that you do not understand. I'm trying.
Then help me understand. You haven't told me anything.
Larry, it's because I can't. This is my responsibility to make sure this stays buried. If this gets out,
It's already out.
not.
You've done a shit job at keeping it buried, as far as I'm concerned.
You see, Hill just kind of looks up and goes, I'm not gonna let your words get hit me that hard, because I know it's the influence mainly talking. And you see, he kind of looks at your hand that's still like vice gripping the orb, and tilts his head. What happened in the other room?
I don't know. I didn't see anything, feel anything.
Did you let did you let it take control?
Yes, I.
God damn it, Laurie. And you see, he reaches down and takes the hand that holding the orb, and as he takes it and begins lifting it up, you see your hand like visibly shakes, and you see your hand. It looks like some black tar is starting to seep through your hand and is starting to make a barb, like it's about to stab against Hill. And Hill just takes the barb as it stabs into him, and you see him just retracts his hand and goes, This temple is not good for either one of you. Not for you, not for him. Because that thing seems more susceptible to this influence. Larry, if I let you keep that thing, because I figured what harm could it do? Because I know you can use that to cause as much chaos as you want. I didn't think it would cause this to happen to you. Who knew this whole fucking exclusivity is gonna be this hard? Larry, answer me honestly. Without this influence, well, as best as you can, are you gonna stay?
Yes.
God damn it, Larry. You're in this temple, so I have more of an eye on you. And I swear to God, Laurie, if you make me watch you dying, I'm gonna have a talk with the Raven Queen to see if I can talk some sense into you. All right, all right. I don't like it. I don't want you being here because I want you more or less safe. Well, safer than this. But of course, your stubbornness is one of the things that I find attractive about you. God damn me and my taste in strong women. Fine, fine, whatever. See, Hill kind of takes a step back and just rubs his face and goes, Look, right now, that amulet's not gonna help you. The one that's around the human's neck. The amulet's not gonna help you. You're too far into the later stage, and your friend inside there is refusing the effect. Right now, you see, kind of points at your hand, which now, looking at now more closely, you see that this green skin with a centipede-like carapace has now moved up to your elbow. And you see him, he points at it and goes, right now, whether it's under this influence or this is his plan all along, you're under a dragon's curse. Basically, your friend is trying to take over your soul. Now, there are things we can do to try to fix it. One, and the most simplest thing, he kind of lifts up your arm and then pulls out a short sword and looks at you and goes, I can just cut your arm off.
And that's going to fix it.
It will violently sever the bond between you and the orb, but don't worry, I can grow your arm back. I think.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
The other thing you can try to do is to achieve balance between your soul and the dragon's soul. If you can achieve that, more power will seep out of the dragon. If you fail, the dragon will have more of a chance to take over you completely. It's basically your soul against the dragon's soul. And as fiery as you are, I'm not 100% sure if your soul is as strong as a dragon's soul.
And those are my only option. That's all I can do.
From what I know about dragon's curses, I mean, you can try talking to it, but when a dragon's curse is placed, not even the one who placed the curse can really do much. You can try to talk to the creator of these items and see what he has to say. Maybe strike up a deal, but
Well, I guess I'll have to see what I can do.
leave you to it. I'll let you continue exploring this temple. But if you see so much as a name, or it's saying the god of whatever, do your best to avoid it. Look away. Don't read it out loud. Because their name is in this temple. If you find that name, even if you read it, that's enough to let him loose.
What do you know where the name is?
In this temple, no. My father would know, but he was a bastard keeping that a secret.
Why can't you come with us? This place is under your protection.
This
You know more about it than we do.
this place is, it's not under my protection. This place is what I'm guarding. Freaking y'all weren't even supposed to find this place at all. I don't even know who found this place. But there's still not much I can do here. This isn't my domain. And my power is very, very limited. So, even if I travel with y'all, I'm afraid even my memories of knowing who's here is gonna start leaking out and give the entity more possibilities to escape.
Alright. I suppose I'll see you if I make it out of here.
God damn it, Laurie. And you see, he'll reaches for you, grabs your cheek, pulls you in, and gives you a very long, passionate kiss against your lips before breaking it and kind of resting his forehead against yours and goes, "You're very, very difficult for me. But I wouldn't have any other way, darling." And you see, he gives you a kiss on the forehead and goes, "Alright, let's return to the others." Begins dragging you along. As y'all wait there, you see Hill and Laurie come back around the corner and walk over towards y'all. And you see Hill is still holding Laurie's hand and kind of looks more secured. And Hill just goes, "Alright. If y'all can make it to the center room, which is a final room, y'all will have an encounter with at least an avatar of the entity. Depending on how much," and you see he looks up and y'all see the thick strands of red magical energy flowing through the ceiling. Depending on how much influence he's gotten, that will determine on how strong he's gonna be. If you want to try your best to seal everything up, you will have to defeat this avatar. If you defeat that, it should recontain him. If y'all can't defeat that, run as fast as you can. You have, I want to say, 3 more rooms to get through. And if you solve each one, depending on how you solve them, you will get a unique reward for each one.
Okay. He'll maybe me and you should have that conversation before we do this. There's no guarantee I come back,
Hmm.
so I'd like to at least know.
That's the point. If you don't come back, I won't have to worry about the problem. If you do come back, then we should probably start talking.
What?
Trust.
That
Just look. We can talk all you want after this about more or less why you're an issue.
I'm an issue?
Hmm. Let's just say more than what you're thinking.
Okay.
But I mean, hey, think of it like this: if you die here in this temple, you won't be an issue anymore.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Hmm. I'm sure you and the Raven Queen will have loads to talk about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I gotta get out of here. There's some. I need to talk to a particular person. See what the fuck she's doing. But I will keep an eye on y'all. No, I'll keep an eye on her. And points over at Laurie. I'll keep an eye on her. And make sure more or less she's okay. If she allows it. And looks over at you, Laurie. Do y'all's best to keep her as safe as possible. Well, as much as y'all can.
Well, it's nice to know that our health and safety doesn't matter to you.
Oh, of course not.
Not surprising.
Sounds like mine does, but it's more hoping for my downfall.
Yeah.
You're a fucking asshole, you know that?
Been called worse.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Hmm.
not surprising.
But you have somewhat helped us a few times. Not just Laurie, you've helped all of us in a way. So you're not that big of an asshole.
Everything I do for y'all is to make sure Laurie's happy. That's who I really
Mhm.
care about at the end. And try do my best to try to get her back in my bed.
Cool. So anytime if the odd chance you ever need help, we just leave you to die. Got it.
Please, if there's ever comes to the point where I need y'all's help, oh boy, the planes must be in trouble.
Was this dick really that good that you want to stick with this guy?
Keep in mind what our plan is after we get out of here. We do still need help when we actually get to the Feywild. I hope you realize that.
Yes, I know. Whenever y'all do want to make another trip, a trip over to the Feywild, please, I will gladly be y'all's chauffeur and show you all around. Well, show y'all around. Me and Laurie can go explore somebody else.
Oh, you will not.
Yeah,
like
you're not going. You're not going with her by our. You're not. No, she's staying with
No,
us.
you
I mean-
really will
Especially
not
not
like our
there.
plan.
I mean, it happened before. I mean, you're right.
Yes, I know it
So-
happened before.
Totally. You see,
You're
Laurie,
not taking from us.
You see, Laurie, he'll let go of Laurie's hand and goes like, okay, baby, I'm on go be on my way. Try your best to stay alive after all this. Y'all keep her safe, and you, my little freaking chaos, don't kill everybody, okay?
Also, no promises.
Hey, Steve, if he tries to hold her hand again, just stab him.
Oh, he already did.
Yeah, stabs like a little
I
bitch
just-
too, but and gives a kiss to Laurie's forehead and kind of walks back to a wall and goes, well, y'all have fun and don't release the entity, whatever y'all do, because if y'all do, I'm gonna have to kill every single one of y'all. So bye. And you see he kind of looks at the wall
Hey.
and pulls out what looks to be a thick green like long chalk, and then draws like a circle in the wall before waving at Laurie, and then diving into the hole as the hole disappears.
Looney Tunes ass.
Okay, so we could just use him to get to the Feywild instead.
Oh, we are definitely using him to get to the Feywild.
Yes. Unless
My way in is much more finicky and complicated than that.
in my way, I was just gonna be let the green cloaks take me.
Well, yeah, and he's gonna hate that.
If you could tear them apart in 2 minutes.
Yeah, the issue is gonna be trying to make sure he actually takes us with him.
We just
It
duct
might
tape
be-
Laurie to one of us.
Am I the only one that's thinking right now that you guys probably should have brought me back?
I have zero say in this conversation. Wow. Okay.
Well, we need you, that's why.
I can't I can't I can't share what I know.
Well, that's fine. We just need your skill to help us.
But what if I do something wrong? What if I'm a catalyst in this? The things that I've seen. You've heard the way the creator and what he said. The way he spoke like I'd met him before and then said, "Oh, that hasn't happened yet." Miniature my magic, did I fuck something up?
Something tells me he's just really good at gaslighting.
But what does he stand to gain from that? I
He's a
don't know.
Fey.
I mean, that's valid.
Be the way he acts.
I don't know. You might have. If I have to say this to you guys, I know Abel would do it. If there's even in the slightest chance that my death would stop something catastrophic like this, it needs to happen.
There's a slight chance that any of our deaths could stop something catastrophic.
Well, given what we're about to
Honestly,
do,
yeah.
yes, yeah, but until Egris is working on it. He's trying to understand what's happening, and right now my main goal is to try and survive this so that Hild can stop being so fucking cryptic and tell me what he knows. But there may be a bomb in my head. Not in the literal sense, but something seems amiss. Just don't let me go crazier than I already am, please.
We will certainly do our best. But I do believe part of that is on you, Maze.
Well, yeah. But if there's something taking up residence in my head that shouldn't be there, There's only so much I can do. It's getting worse.
Have you ever thought of a therapist?
Thought
I'm-
of? Maybe. But
Probably not plausible.
yeah, I mean,
Unless
we
we
each
let
process
Phil
the
do what he
things
wants
in our
with the
way.
town.
Yeah, he's going to do what he wants regardless. He's a fucking the only shred of selflessness he has is in regards to Laurie, and even that is still selfish coded that way. So
Again, not surprising.
all right, we should probably rest for at least a little bit here, and then
Yeah. I feel that
dive into our
charging
inevitable.
charging in now while we are injured is probably
Otis has been resting ever since Laurie went off with Hill the first time. He's been trying to attune to that sword. So
So y'all want to take a short rest? Or
I would imagine so. Yeah, I would like to.
I don't even know what time it is. Sure, why not?
I
Sure,
was-
it's just like chilling for 30 minutes to an hour.
since y'all are in a temple, it's hard for you to dictate on when it is. But yeah, y'all can all settle down and take a short rest. So for just a reminder for everybody, since it's been a while since most have taken a short rest, if you go to your character sheet and go to the bed icon in the top left corner right by your portrait, and go to the hourglass that's like half full, half not, just click on that and it'll let you take a short rest.
And I'm gonna use my arcane recovery to get back to level 2 spell slots.
Okay, duly noted.
How many dice can we use?
You can use all your hit die.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
use all
okay,
your
'cause
dice
I-
if you want.
I really fucking need to.
I'll say by at this point you do are able to attune to the short sword.
Okay, we're good.
yeah, it took all of mine as well, and I was not as slow as you. It took so many.
Name of the
You
game.
rolled pretty well though, too.
Okay. Then as y'all all settle down and begin to take y'all's short rest and take a breather and just try to figure out what to do from this, like, what's y'all's next step, and taking in all this new information. Time pass. Otis, you familiarize yourself with the celestial short sword, so you are attuned to it. And Laurie, it is while you're taking a short rest and trying to take a breather, you can't help but feel like a strong itch on your shoulder. And as you instinctively go and just give it a scratch, but as you go and scratch it, you look over and you see it looks like black tar is seeping out of where the line is between the infected arm and your shoulder, and it seems to like be leaking out and covering the rest of your body like very violently. It seems to be digging into your skin, and you're staring at it, and in the black tar you're seeing yellow eyes begin to appear, and they seem to just be looking at you, and you're staring at it, and then you blink and it's gone.
Well, I am gonna keep that to myself.
Oh my god. It's a great time to be keeping things to oneself.
The hour
Right.
pass and y'all have all rested up. Where would y'all like to go now?
I'm sure he'll kind of sort of direct us. Is it through the door that he fixed? Do we have to go through there, or is it down that hallway that was to the right to go deeper?
He didn't give a specific direction. Like he didn't give necessarily a path for y'all to take, but he did say that y'all would have to go into each rooms to get access to the final one.
So we're gonna have to go through that door.
Most likely, or eventually, I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna walk down in the hallway to the right. Kind of. That dead ends, right?
Walking down to that end of the hallway, you see that it leads to a very long hallway that goes further down. No light or anything, so you can see just as far as you can see using a dark vision, and it seems to go on for a while. But I'll say from your distance, due to your dark vision, you are also able to see a path that leads to the left. Like it goes straight narrow, but there is a path like near you that goes left.
Looking down, like, it's very long, but can I kind of get a rough gauge of how far it goes down, feet wise?
I'll say. I'll say make me a perception check. Okay. Looking further and down, and just trying to narrow your eyes using your dark vision to go further down. You automatically note that it's longer than your dark vision, which is 60 feet. And I'll say beyond that, with the 16, you can roughly estimate that it goes about another 20 feet until it's just pure darkness. So it seems to be longer than about 80 feet.
Alright. I'm gonna paw on my shoulder, but hey, go ahead down there.
Okay. Poe uh, acknowledge the order and begin.
And
Fly.
I'll go through watch through his eyes as he flies down.
Okay. Flies down. You see that as he's flying down the hallway, you see the path that leads to the. There is a path that leads left, but there is the path goes further down. Like it can go left if it wants.
Okay. I'll have him kind of wrap the corner, and I'll have him go until the exact moment it cuts off. I can stay looking through his eyes up to 100 feet away from me.
Okay. So you're going left?
Yeah, I'll send.
Okay.
You said it wraps to the left, right?
Like there's a path going down, and closest to you, there is a path that leads left. So the hallway still goes like roughly about 80 feet down, but there's a path like maybe 30 or so feet from you that leads left.
Okay. I'll have him check the left first, yeah.
Okay. As Poe goes down and peeks over to the left, it's about I'll say 20 more feet. Oh, not 20. It's about 10 more feet until it sees a giant door. Like a giant stone double door. And on the stone door, you see what looks like a depiction of somebody and like a humanoid figure and plate armor that's holding their sword pointing down. And it looks like they're depicting guarding the door as it's sealed shut.
Okay.
And on the edges of this door, you see what looks to be writings of different scripts of different languages that seem to be going all around the door.
Do I recognize any of them?
I'll say
I think I obviously speak Draconic. Common, obviously. My language is saying in my character sheet switched from what languages I had to standard, exotic, druidic, these can't, and Draconic. I don't know where I got druidic from.
it's because you still have comprehend language on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was like,
Yeah, get rid of that.
Primordial,
'cause
Common,
that-
Elvish, Draconic.
Yeah, because that ended long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do see scriptures of Elvish, Draconic, and you do see Primordial. But one scripture you don't see is Common. But there are other languages that are in there as well.
Do they say roughly the same thing, just in different languages?
It's hard for you to tell because all the scripture is all mixed together.
Mm.
Like they're all mixed together, forming weird, like nonsense words, like scriptures of like the letter A for Elvish is right next to the letter D for Draconic. Like it's very mixed up.
Mm. Okay. Um. If only my Poe was like a iPhone, I could just take a screenshot. Um. I'm gonna have Poe come back to the where the hallways split off,
Mhm.
and then go as far down till it cuts off, and then once it cuts off, I'll step forward, save about another 20 feet, and then
Okay.
have him go forward.
Just giving reference to that. Okay. All right. So you send Poe out, and Poe flies down the hallway, and it is about 80 like it's about 85 feet till he reaches the end of the hallway, and it turns left. So it's not beyond your 100 feet range. So Poe can still go a little bit further, but it veers left.
Okay. I'll do the same thing. I'll have him go around, and if it gets a cutoff point, I'll take some steps into the hallway. I'll do it even now, just in case. I'll step like 15 feet down into the hallway.
Okay. And you send Poe to left. And turning left, you see Poe is looking down a longer hallway that goes further and further down. But about 40 feet from the turn, you do see that there is another path that's veering left.
Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna have posted it for a moment. I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
Hey guys, these hallways go far.
Great.
There's another door that I can only imagine is like the one that we had here. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if what Hill meant by going through the doors, the rooms, was literally like we go through like a normal building. We may have to complete the rooms.
I think that's probably what he meant, considering I think Otis completed the first one. I may have completed the other one, I don't know.
Yes, and then we just go further. There's one, only door I found. Just down this hallway, a short ways. It veers off to the left, and then there's a door down there, with some plated man with a sword, with what I can make out 3 or 4 different languages mixed together at least. Like it doesn't read as anything, at least not that I could tell. And it goes further down and wraps again into another long hallway with another door that wraps off. So that's one. That next one is 2. Then I can only imagine the third one is further down that hallway.
Oh,
Mhm. With the first room that we completed, there was an obvious unlocking noise. Did we hear that with the second room after Laurie came out of it?
no, just
I didn't hear anything. I don't even know if that room was one of the ones that had to be completed or if I just shouldn't have even opened that door in the first place.
I don't think we should be opening any of them, technically, but
yeah,
I think
that one seemed very different from the challenge Otis completed. It felt a lot more like a trap than anything.
Yes, that is true. we don't know what this is a god of, but judging by violence, I'm going to guess in the red
But
maybe some hatred.
Maybe
I
don't
let's
think we
not think
try.
about that.
You feel the
Actually, probably
walls
not a
begin
good
to
idea.
vibrate just a little bit. Just
Echoes.
Don't
I
say that.
understand you want to figure this out, but
I mean,
if saying the god's name will release it, I have a
Can I-
feeling that thinking of it would also be bad.
Hill told me that the god's name is somewhere in this temple, and that we should avoid it
Yes.
because even reading its name could be enough to release it, or knowing what domain it presides over, anything of that sort. We shouldn't even speculate about what it is.
Mm-hmm. Don't even think
Yeah.
about it. So,
That seems
Given-
like a bad idea.
given
Yeah.
what I just said, avoid that topic. And
Yeah.
let's be careful.
What if we called it like some sort of nickname that's really cute?
I don't
Or-
even know if we should be doing that. I don't know if that would.
We could just
I
continue.
don't think we should talk
saying that-
about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like ignoring it's probably the better idea here.
Oh my god!
The
I
god
just
of
realized.
cute things.
I just realized my fucking oil diffuser has been on this whole time, and it looks like there's smoke just covering my face.
good
Yeah, I've noticed it.
No, you're good. You're good. It's okay. But no, I think just flat out ignoring the issue is probably a better plan here.
That's okay. Dog and cat can't read, so we're safe on that front. Well, I suppose they could read if they really tried, and I really haven't taught them that. I'd have to work on that programming.
Yeah, maybe we should just.
Hope that the name is written in a script that none of us can read, but that seems
Well, I
unlikely.
mean-
Well, I only know
All the
Dwarvish
jumbled
outside
script.
of Clammen, so
I can read quite
No.
a bit, and I also accompany languages. We just have to be careful because this is a temple of some sort of god. That's
I
going
will
on.
remain blissfully unaware.
Good plan, Akora. At least one of us needs to remain sane.
Being a temple of some god, we already know that any sort of room is going to be in one way or another, bullshit test of some kind.
Yeah,
we're
the
going to
thing
be
that
dealing with
Laurie
some-
just went into. I didn't even feel like a test.
Well,
It was just a
She
death
was the-
sentence.
she was the only one in there, and Steve went ballistic first. There could have been more to it, and we have no idea. So I say, regardless, we do not touch that one first. We come back to that one if solving the other ones does not do what we
Yeah,
need to
that
do.
was where I was going with that. Like, I don't think we should enter that room.
I'd like to avoid that room if that's possible.
Yeah.
that's a fair
Um,
point. But I have noticed a few times now, and I'm sorry if I noticed it too many times, but you have brought it up. But you know, I am sorry. Who is Steve in Egress?
Oh my god.
Uh,
Oh, you get to have this conversation. Yeah, I got
Long-
this one a couple days ago.
It's
Yeah.
a long story.
yeah, long story short, we'll fill you in later.
Uh-huh.
Long story short, me and Akora and Laurie, and our other friend, technically, but he's not here, have items that contain dragon souls bound to them,
Mm-hmm.
and we talk to them.
Oh, I
We'll
felt
go-
like there was just more to the story. So
There absolutely
there's
is.
a
We
lot
just
more,
don't.
but
We just don't have time for that right
Yeah,
now.
there's a
The
lot more.
reason why I don't remember anything from that room is because of him. And the reason why that potion didn't work, he doesn't want it to work.
Yeah, hers is a bit more unhinged than mine and Akora's. Oh, also, mine and Akora's are brothers.
Oh, how lovely! I love a good sibling rivalry. Is it? And I hope it's not a rivalry in that case. Dragons can be pretty rough.
Oh, it, mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't let them out near each other.
You, Maze and Akora, you both hear your respective dragons just give out a chuckle, and both at the same time just goes, oh, "It would not be a rivalry."
It would be a slaughter, probably.
So, Maze, are
Well,
you related
in
to
any case-
Akora then? Wouldn't that be so lovely?
No,
Oh, okay.
my family is a
Maybe.
bunch of semi.
I'm just gonna gently just hug Otis. Or just pat his
Important
I
back.
mean,
assholes.
I'm just saying, in like the adopted sense, it could be something like that. Siblings can come in all sorts of manners.
No,
Certainly can.
That's ironic
I mean-
considering how I see you all.
maybe I don't. I don't really have people I'm close with anymore, so you guys would be the closest thing. So I guess in a way,
Found
technically,
family's better than none.
Better
It's
than
true.
some families.
in your case,
The blood
absolutely.
of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Oh.
And,
Well, as I've mentioned before, my family is quite lovely, and so
that's good for you.
after this, if you'd all like to, my dad and my mom would love to see you all. They'd be thrilled that I actually have some friends.
I
Well.
think they might not be as thrilled when they meet us. I'm going to be honest.
Sure hope they would be. It'd be quite nice, actually.
With how chaotic we all are.
Good at pretending for a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
You say that. Oh,
Well, I suppose that is enough of me trying to fill in the gaps here, and I'm sorry about that. I don't really like being
don't
left
worry.
out of the loop, not understanding things
Ooh.
fully, but I suppose that is quite the nature of this sort of thing, and the adventuring is what I've learned about. There's a lot of things that you don't understand, and I don't
Yeah.
like that. But I'm trying.
oh.
I was like you. I
don't
didn't know a damn thing.
I don't think that any of us fully understand these items either,
Oh,
to
absolutely
be
not.
fair.
Honestly,
I-
I'm willing to bet that even the creator understands them fully.
I don't
I
know.
wonder if he was also an artificer then. So that gives me such ideas of like, if he's able to trap a dragon soul, then would he be able to trap something like a human soul?
He's
I don't want to think about that, actually. I'd rather not.
he's
Oh,
It's
certainly
fascinating.
Otis, can you give me a history check?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, you did the thing.
I do the thing.
It wouldn't-
Based on a 12. Thinking back on it, like trying to think of these key words like the creator or the dragon items, you do have more of an idea than like you do recognize that this creator was in one of your many books that were back with your mentor. Like your mentor, she actually had a book on him, and you remember that there were lots of theories and hypotheses on like how he did it and um, some of his works and everything. Never a name though. There was no names behind the face. And based on the 12, I'd say the only other thing you remember is that he could. This creator was arguably one of the greatest artificer of his time.
Oh, wait a moment. Yeah, wait, the creator. It is kind of setting off an alarm here. Yeah, he'd have to be an artificer. I believe so. If I'm remembering correctly, my mentor, Miss Ariel, had a few textbooks on the matter. Oh, think about it. I might have to come back to it. I don't quite remember everything. Maybe it's the stress of the situation. Anyway, y'all ready to go? I keep talking out of nervousness, and I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay. That's better than complete silence. Tense silence. So down the hallway then?
After you,
I am
Mr.
thoroughly willing
Coruscant.
to ignore this door.
I will lead the way.
Okay.
Alright, I'll follow next to him.
I have no idea where we're going because I was not paying attention.
Naturally.
This way.
Where
Oh,
are you?
the right.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure we're going to the right.
Okay.
I can't move.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. I was stuck. Okay.
It's a
Oh
block
god, what's
wall.
happening?
All right.
Yeah.
As y'all move past the door and going down the hallway, you turn the corner and you see a long, dark hallway. And I believe, Lara, you're the only one that can see all the way down because of your 300-foot dark vision.
Oh yeah, let me see. How many times do I get to do that? I think I can only do it once for a long rest, so I don't think I can do it again.
So you can see all the way down
Yeah.
to the end of the hallway, and you see that there's a path roughly about 30 feet from where y'all at that turns left. And I'm assuming y'all just going down, like the entire group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get back behind me.
Yeah, I'm not going first anywhere anymore
Okay.
after that door.
I can't move
Next to Cora.
any further.
No
You gotta
worries.
go one step forward and then go down, because there's a corner of a wall. Oh, it's because your token is moving with you, and when you go to move forward,
Yeah.
your token can't move any further. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with
That's
the
what it
core
was.
leading, you all go down the hallway, and along the walls of this temple, of this hallway, you're seeing what looks to be different kinds of tapestry, just depicting different kinds of eras, like throughout all of time. You're seeing history of the elves. You're seeing history of the dwarves. You're seeing history of the humans. You're seeing history of the Loxodon. You're seeing history of almost every single race that there was. You're even seeing histories of the celestial plane and the infernal plane as well. Like, you're seeing all this history that's being depicted along this wall, and you're seeing one thing that uh, they're depicting is war and violence and bloodshed. You're seeing what looks to be one of the great below wars between the dwarven people and the drows, like roughly about a couple centuries ago. You're seeing one of the first great wars between the empires and the slain theocracy, or excuse me, the slain kingdom. Um, you're seeing one of their first bloody war. You're seeing war between the Yuan Empire and the first rebellion of the Leonis kingdom. You're seeing so many different types of depiction of violence that's being portrayed. Even some, like, the higher the wall goes, the higher the depiction of the more grander violence, like of wars and battles. But near the bottom, you're seeing what looks to be more like less violent nature. You're seeing what looks to be a simple stabbing or a robbery or bandits or just simple squabbles of what looks to be lighter offense. But it's all being depicted as you walk down these hallways, and it seems to loop in on itself. And as y'all go down, roughly about 30 feet, you peek around the corner, and you see about 20 feet from y'all, you see the large stone double doors that are sealed shut, and depiction of an armored warrior on the front of the door. And Maze, now you're looking at it from your perspective. You see that the door is roughly about 40 feet tall.
Jesus.
So these are tall ass doors.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
this seems a lot more like the room that we were in back there.
Well. Does it have like door handles?
Nope. No door handles that you can see.
Was the other one just open, or did we have to open it? I can't remember.
Don't know.
Push
Cora?
open the door.
I was about to ask, Cora, you want to try pushing it?
Okay, of course.
You
You
gotta
go
go
over.
ahead, Cora.
You go over to it and begin pushing against the door. I would like you, Akora, to.
I stop because I hear them. Ah, my thing is lagging so bad right now.
You good?
I just heard their panicked voices, and I'm like, oh, stop, no. Hi,
No, we
right
all
here.
said
No, you're
actually
good.
when you were. I was about to ask you to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
do it,
gonna
Akora?
go
Happening.
help them push open the doors. I don't want to. I want to make sure no one goes into these rooms with us.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to stop.
No, you're
Nope.
good.
Can you fucking roll, please, computer? Jesus Christ.
Oh.
So I'm rolling normal or with advantage for someone helping?
Normal.
Yeah.
Hello.
I
Okay.
think any of us are very strong.
I'll.
Son of a fuck.
Maybe not.
You try to push with all your
Uh,
strength. Like you're trying your best. The door doesn't
Otis,
even.
get off of me.
And the door doesn't even move as you're just.
Focus.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Dog to help him out.
Ah, that's a strong fucking door.
Okay, I'll ask Dog
I think
to
I'm-
roll
I'm
me a strength
download-
check.
Oh,
Dog
okay.
just does it. I'm
Putting
gonna laugh
something
at
so
the
that could be why my computer's lagging a lot. I'm gonna cry.
Okay. Dog, you go over to. Dog goes over to the door and begins pushing against the door, like using its whole entire body, its whole entire little tiny teddy bear body, and just trying to push open on the door. And you see the door begins vibrating a bit, and you see that it cracks just a little bit open. And as it cracks open, you're seeing the familiar thick red magical energy begins seeping out of the crack and begins heading towards y'all.
Close the door, close the door, close the door.
Akora, I
Close
need
the door.
you to make me a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh god.
I'm immediately going as far back as I can.
Close the door, close the door. Fuck. God damn it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna re-roll it for him. I'm gonna
Alright.
crush it.
Okay.
Oh my god, my rolls fucking suck.
Okay, Akora, make me another wisdom save.
Please.
I'm gonna.
Oh
God damn it!
It went up by one.
Why? I did
Maybe,
double back.
maybe the DC was 7.
Son of a bitch. Why did my rolls
Very hard
suck
not to
so
dice.
much?
God.
I would never get that lucky.
You go. This is a lot. As you're pushing open the
no.
door, you see the thick red magical energy latches onto you, Akor, and before you can even before you're looking at it and you're trying to jolt yourself away, a large amount of this thick red magical energy begins seeping into you and going down your throat as your whole body clenches up. You, my friend, go.
God.
I did not consent to this.
Cora gets possessed again.
It was a lot.
Oh,
So
oh no.
you go. You join Laurie at reaching stage 4,
Wow, can you stop?
Oh, boy.
and you are very close.
God, what? The amulet does nothing?
Wait. Yeah,
So
doesn't
the amulet does
Akora-
nothing.
That's right. You do have.
Akora has an amulet on, doesn't he?
I have an amulet, yeah.
That's right. That's right. Give me one more. Reduce by 5. Okay, then you're not at stage 4. You are.
God.
You're just at
I'm at stage 3.
Yeah, you're at stage 3, not stage 4.
Okay. That's marginally
Still
better,
just me.
I think.
So.
So- I said that as a joke. God damn it.
Yeah, so Akora, as you finally pull yourself away, a large amount of the dark red magical energy seeps in to you, but the amulet that's around your neck begins glowing brightly, and you begin coughing up, and a lot of the red magical energy begins coughing out of your mouth as you take a step back, and the door close right back up, and you see the eyes uh, on the stone armored humanoid begins glowing red.
Ooh. Okay. So not this door.
It could be. This may be
Immediately
part
start
of the
sneezing.
thing.
I'm.
Well, the door for the first tryout was definitely open before we went in there.
We have to go figure out that dead door.
I'm not going in that room with the red magical stuff. I think that would be very bad for me.
There is also another path you can just keep on going down the hallway if y'all want.
That's probably the best bet for now, at least.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay. Backing away from
Yes,
the
it
door,
would be very bad for you.
y'all continue down the hallway, going further and further down with the core leading, seeing the same depiction of violence going along the walls. And you turn the corner, and Laurie, you do see that the hallway, due to your 300 feet of dark vision, the hallway that goes all the way down is roughly about 150 feet. So it's a long hallway that goes very far down. But you do see about 45 feet from y'all, you do see the path. There is a path that goes left as well.
Well, there's another path here, or we could just keep going.
And I will,
That's.
because I forget you have 300 feet dark vision. You do also see about 120 feet from your direction, further past the first further past the first hallway. There is another path that you can go left at.
Ah,
Yeah, so there's one 45 feet away from y'all, and there's another one that's 120 feet, like further back.
looks like we have options.
Hey. Okay. Should we go and check the one to the left to see if it's a door or not?
Probably should.
Alright. Lead the way, Akora.
Okay, so y'all keep on going down the hallway, and about 45 feet later, you see that there is now a larger hallway that goes further down, about roughly 15 feet down, and you see another set of large double doors, about 40 feet high. And Akora, one thing you do take notice is that there is a humanoid figure standing on like being carved on the door, but it looks like a carving of you standing there with a long sword and a shield covering the long sword. It looks like a depiction of you that's seems to be standing guard on this door.
Sorry. Sorry. I'm having a vision of like Otis looking up at Core like,
Baby. I love him so much. Okay.
oh man.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
Totally.
Do we want to attempt to open this door, or do we want to look for one that is open already?
I don't know anymore.
Usually I'd say that we should try every door, but I don't think we should here.
Yeah, it feels like a bad idea. At least somewhat.
If you are going
Caleb
to open
looking frantically.
I'm going to stand very far away.
I don't think we can risk any more of the influence getting to us.
Well, I can. I don't really have like any at all, but
Good for
The
you.
least amount of
Rotor's just
influence
rubbing
we
his
have
face,
over
like he's trying to get it off of him.
the least amount of influence we have over all of us, the more likely we are to get out of here. So
yeah.
I don't think we should try opening doors unless they seem that they are open.
Well, they also
Strange, that figure on the door.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should just keep going. I think
Yeah.
we've learned that we need to evaluate every possible option first and then make a decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
keep it going.
Yep. Back down the hallway.
Okay. Going back down the hallway and continuing further and down. Now 100, going the additional 120 feet down, you do see what looks to be a path pointing left. And one thing you notice is you see a door that's against the hallway that's fully open.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, we should have just waited till we found an open door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you worry, Akora. I'll go with you this time since I'm trusting it, and I kind of feel bad about what happened a few moments ago.
Or maybe we could send either Cat or Poe through first. Might be
Yeah.
wiser.
I'll send Poe through. One, I can look through its eyes, and two, Poe doesn't really die. He just gets sent back to this plane, and I have to bring him back. So I
Yeah.
imagine your creations can be permanently, or rather, temporarily damaged and down, and need lengthy repairs. Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then that's the
let's do Poe
answer.
then.
And just look at Poe and just like go on, like, sorry.
But without any kind of complaint, just flies through the open door, and entering this open door, you see that it leads to a small room, and it seems that the room is about 15 feet wide, and on the left side you see one door, and on the right side you see another door. Like it seems to lead to two separate paths. And in the middle between both of those doors, you're seeing what looks like a plaque, and you see what looks to be scriptures is written in this on this plaque.
Can I tell the language? At least?
I'll say, give me a perception check. Okay. Looking through Poe's eyes and focusing on the text, you see that the text, it looks like, even though like ravens have very sharp vision because they're birds, and birds naturally have very sharp visions and everything, but looking at the text, it looks like it's out of focus, like it's blurry, even though everything else is fine. And then as you're focusing in, you're seeing the text begins to clear up by itself. And as it clears up, it looks to take the language of the primordials. So you are able to read it. And it says, violence can lead to many deaths and destruction. However, at the same time, it can be the greatest source of technology advancement. Better wagons to transport goods for soldiers can be turned into everyday travel for people. Better forges to speed up production of weapons can be used for farming tools as well. And the ultimate technology to date, the creation of robotic warriors or warforgers.
Mm. Okay. I'll relay it to her. I'm like, well, there's a plaque. Um, the words were blurry, and then as I look at them, they formed into something. Good news, what I read did not just condemn us.
That's good.
It's essentially saying that violence can lead to good and violence can lead to bad.
Okay.
And also mentioned
So
robotic warriors called Warforged
Oh,
being the ultimate technology.
robotic warriors.
Yeah, you get excited by that, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy the idea of it as well. But if there's anything I learned, that means that we're probably about to, we're going to have to fight something like that. I think.
Well, I think the whole thing here is violence. And as I've stated before, violence for science may also be a part of the trial.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Well,
And
did
there's
it
two
seem like we
doors
were in immediate danger by going? Just 2 doors.
on opposite sides, both
Mhm.
open.
Yeah, on opposite sides of where y'all entered, or where Poe entered, I should say.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are the doors open or are they just
They
I
seem
believe you said that.
closed for right now.
Oh, okay. They said that.
okay? Um. Well, I guess we've got to go into the room. I mean, it's the only one that's open, and that seemed to be the goal.
I'll have Poe kind of go up and like to each door
Heck.
and kind of look at this. So they like peck the door now. No, see if they have knobs, if they have anything going on with them.
Okay. Looking over, sending Poe out to look at the doors. They do have hand holders where you can pull the door open.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to pick a door. Or we can split up, but I don't think that's the best answer. We're going to have to pick one.
Yeah, no. We should probably go into the room first. Maybe Weiss.
Okay.
I agree.
So, all of y'all cram into that room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then, just so everybody can see what's going on, bring y'all over here.
Okay.
It's a rather small room, like I said. But
I'm gonna pull out my moon-touched rapier to give myself some light.
okay. Yep. You see just 2 doors. Which one are y'all taking?
Can
Or
I like
if y'all taking both.
go up to the doors and see if I can hear anything behind them?
Sure. Make me a perception check.
Or just gather anything at all?
Damn. All right.
Ooh.
Lean in close and listening, keeping your elven ears perked, just listening on the other side of the door. You're hearing what sounds like the crackle of fire. Like it sounds like something's burning on the other side.
Of both of them?
Yeah, in both of them. It's based on 24. I'll say it doesn't sound like it's getting. It sounds more like a contained fire. Like it's not growing. It's not shrinking. It sounds like a fire that's being maintained. Like it's nothing. Like it doesn't seem to be causing any kind of. I would say. Like it's not like a forest fire or anything. And you also do take notice that smoke isn't coming out from underneath the doors, so it doesn't seem like the room is filled with smoke at all. So
Tell everyone that.
Okay. And are there any visual discrepancies between the doors? Like, are they visually the same?
looking at the doors, and they seem just standard stone doors. They're not giant by any means. They just seem about roughly about 8 feet tall. Not really giant compared to the other doors, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of descriptors on them.
Okay. Well, it seems like a 50-50.
It's
Well,
either good or it's either bad. We'd have to find out.
let's flip a coin.
Uh,
Who?
well,
When in doubt, go left.
I mean, that's all the turns we've been taking so far. Can I look over the tablet first, though, Sam? I think. Let me check.
Okay. As you're looking at the little plaque that's on the wall in between the doors, you look and the same thing with you. You're seeing that it's very very blurry, like it's very like it doesn't seem to be in focus. But as you squint, you see that the text begins focusing in after time, and you see that it reads in abyssal.
I can read that. I cannot read primordial.
Seems to be
Oh.
read in abyssal, and pretty much says the same thing. Violence can lead to many death and destruction. However, at the same time, it can be the greatest source of technology and advancement. So pretty much the same thing.
There's another plaque in this room.
No,
Who's
she's
it?
reading the same plaque.
So, Maze, you said that the plaque for you read in primordial, right?
It was blurry at first, and then it just
And
came into
then-
focus. I don't remember if you
Yeah.
said it was in primordial or not, Sam. I remember you saying it was blurry and then it came into focus, but it was in primordial.
Yep, for you it was.
Yeah, it was in primordial, and you said it was in what?
So for me, it did the same thing. It was blurry, and then as I focused in, it did. It was an abyssal for me.
Fascinating technology that is.
Do any of you, the rest of you, speak any absurd languages? Sorry, not absurd, exotic, obscure.
Sort of.
Unless Loxodon counts, then no.
That does. Okra, can you go look at the plaque, please?
Ah, shit. Okay.
Okay, you
I'll go look.
step up, you look at the text, you see for you, same thing, it's very, very blurry. And even though you're staring right at it, you're like not even 5 feet away from it. And as you're staring at it, it begins focusing in, and you see the scripture is in Loxodon.
Oh, fuck. What's it
Can I-
say?
Says pretty much the same thing. Violence can lead to many death and destruction. However, at the same time, it can be the greatest source of technology and advancement. Pretty much the same thing.
So weird.
Okay, can I go see if it's for me?
Okay. As you're focusing in on it, you see the text is blurred for you as well, but begin focusing in, and as it focus, you it seems to take the scripture of Elvish for you.
So this, my best guess is this can mean either one of two things. One, and as I'm saying this, I'm gonna start ritual casting detect magic. I guess as I'm like sitting there.
Okay.
Let's send out there, but not spell slot. And as I'm like setting it up, and she's like setting out the do it ritual cast it. She's just ranting on. It could either mean that this plaque is a symbol. The reason it switches between languages is meant to symbolize that that violence exists in every culture and every language and to every people, or as I'm casting this, it could be some sort of illusion or something, and there's some sort of hidden meaning behind it.
Or
Normally, that would excite me. I can't lie, it so kind of does. But knowing what could be the implications of the hidden meaning, the ramifications of it, I'm a bit worried. But I think we can't afford to not be careful anymore.
Yeah.
I
We have to
think
try and
it
take it.
could just be so anybody could read it, but it is strange that the
Yeah.
languages it chose to show
Um,
itself in.
Because it could just show common, but
Yes.
it's showing
Sam, can I
languages.
take another look at it?
Sure.
I'm also gonna look at it this time because I only knew 2 languages. So
Okay. Otis, as you, Finland, you're the one that said it first. So as you look at it and you begin focusing in on it, I just need to confirm something real fast before I miss it.
Looking frantically at the languages I have.
Okay, got it. So as you're looking at it, you see that the text is not blurry at all. It's on the same abyssal scripture, and as you're just studying at it, you blink, and suddenly the abyssal scripture change into Sylvan scripture, the language of the Fae.
Okay. Uh,
Otis,
so
as you're looking at it and observing it, you're seeing that the text it seems to be in very blurry to you, and you're looking in. You have your glasses on and everything, just trying to study it. The text keeps on being blurry, and then seems to slowly focus in on itself, and it's in the language of the dwarves.
hey,
so this time when I looked at it, it was still in focus, and it was abyssal. And then I blinked, and it changed to Sylvian.
I think all of us need some new glasses or something.
I don't wear glasses.
Exactly.
and while Maze is ritual casting, I'm just gonna like look for any cracks in the door that I might be able to send my little spider through.
Okay. You investigate it and look underneath. Just observe on the door. Doesn't take long, but you see that there's a bit of a gap underneath the door that you can send your spider in.
I'm just gonna kind of like whisper out loud. Okay, if you want to have a gander inside of there, feel free, but I'm not gonna force you to take a look. I know it can be quite scary, and you've done a lot of spelunking already by yourself, and I'm quite proud of you for that. But just be careful if you enter in there. Please don't get squished.
Being too cute. Stop it.
You see the spider
I'm
that
gonna cry.
you see the spider that's in your shoulder just like looks over at you with all of its little eyes, and it kind of with one of its legs it gives you a pat on the cheek and just like crawls around your shoulder, just goes down to your legs, looks back up to you one last time, and you can just sense the determination from this the little tiny spider as it just scurries underneath the door.
This is from your fine familiar, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you can look through its eyes, which means you see through the spider eyes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Weird.
do you look through its eyes, Otis?
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking
Okay.
and observing.
As you're looking into the spider's eyes, going underneath on the door, you see that the first thing the spider sees is rather a giant forge, and it seems that there is the forge has a ongoing fire that's kind of leaking out of its opening, and you're looking over and you see what looks to be an anvil. A couple of weapons are scattered about. A grinder over on the opposite side of the forge, and it looks like a lot of different tools are laid out in the table, like tools for blacksmithing.
Yeah. Okay. I broke base. Okay, I'm gonna like have him come out of that room and like scamper to the other room now.
Alright. Just looks, crawls out from underneath the door and looks up at you.
Doing such a great job.
Goes over to the other side and entering and the other door. You see more or less the exact same thing. You're seeing another a very basically identical forge in there. You're seeing the anvil, you're seeing the weapons, you're seeing the tools and everything. Pretty much identical, like a mirrored version of the other room. And
Okay.
you do see that on the other side of the room, I forgot to mention this, you saw this in the other room, on the other side of the room that there is a door that's closed and that there is a plaque next to those that door, those two doors as well.
Okay. I'll try and read it through the spider eyes.
Okay. Sending your spider to, we'll say you reading it for the door to your left.
Yeah.
The first room.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the plaque, it's the same thing with the plaque you just read. It seemed to be very, very blurry, even with your 8 spider eyes are just trying to focus in on it. It blurs before focusing in, and you see that the text is now in Dwarvish, and it reads, "However, in this room, the creation of something to cut down the enemy, but also cut down obstacles is required. Something anyone can wield."
Okay. I'm gonna have him come out and read the other plaque.
Okay, go into the other room. You read the plaque, same thing, blurry, then focusing on Dwarvish, and it says, "However, in this room, the creation of something to bash away the enemies, but also help build the world around us is required. Something only the strongest can wield."
Okay, I'm gonna do some recall and relay everything to my new BFFs.
Mm.
Oh.
Spider comes out.
When he
Well,
crawls up my shoulder, I'm gonna give him a high five with my one finger.
Spider like lifts up two of its legs and
well, the second one sounds like a hammer.
The first one sounds like a sword.
I have a hammer, but it says the creation. Do we have to forge a hammer?
I would assume so.
That seems like a strange task.
Would it make more sense for us to go for the sword?
Both of them seem strange. I mean,
And to
It
be
was.
fair, I did fight, I think, an angel earlier, and that was pretty not
Yeah.
on my to-do list for this year. So
Was it on the to-do list
Well,
for next year?
yes, actually, if they were nice and just a respectable duel.
not this year's bingo's
Would-
card.
Mm-mm.
So it said
Sam, would I know which one would be easier to forge?
I'll say
Or, like, theoretically?
based on your background, since you have spent time with the dwarves, I'll say
Longer time than I thought.
make me an intelligence check. Just straight
Okay.
intelligence. See if you can get a good
can
idea.
you can you repeat the first one?
The first one,
okay.
which is the room to the left, would have read, "However, in this room, the creation of something to cut down the enemies, but also cut down obstacles is required. Something anyone can wield." And Finland, based on a 12, trying to think on what could possibly be easier, it really just depends on what exactly y'all are going to make. Whether it be a hammer, whether it be an axe, whether it be a sword, whether it be a lance. It really just depends on what exactly y'all gonna be aiming to make on in which room. It's hard to say.
Okay. But it said obstacles as well, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound as much like a sword.
Yeah, so I was thinking like a machete or a sickle maybe.
An axe? Chopping wood?
Mm-hmm. But I guess it defines or matters on what you define as an obstacle.
Yeah. It says enemies and then obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
But
cut
also
stone with a blade.
specific part of it that I think is the part we need to focus on is that anyone can use.
Yeah. I don't
And
know. I feel like an axe would be closer.
I think that would be the best bet because an axe is simple. A sword you have to have. There's technique.
Does it have to be a
Yeah.
weapon?
Yeah. Well,
It says cut on enemy.
you can cut down a lot of things. A sickle requires a little bit of skill to understand it.
I was gonna say like a book.
Yeah.
Um,
But
Or it
an
could
axe
be the
is
tongue.
so straightforward. The
I'm sorry, it
what?
could be what?
A tongue.
It could be the tongue.
Oh,
That's kind of where I was going with that, with a book with words or whatnot.
actually,
but you
yeah.
can cut down enemies with.
Yeah, you
You
Have you
can.
ever had somebody
down-
insult you?
You can tear down anybody with incantations as well as making
That's
obstacles
true, but we
disappear.
also have to think about where we're at.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a forge in there, so
Yes.
I'm
Well,
sure
seems
that
like
we
a-
do have to.
Physical weapon seems to be.
The one time my damn brain actually comes up with an idea and it's wrong. Way to go.
Well,
Also,
think
not
I'd cons-
everyone has the skill to use their words in such a manner.
No, but you
So
could throw a
that's
book
not
at
some-
somebody.
Yeah, but
That's
the
not
thinking
exactly the
isn't exactly wrong there, Akora, either, because
Yeah.
anybody can use the words.
Yeah.
The level of skill with it is moot. It's anybody can use
Very
it.
true.
But I don't think we would be that quite on the nose
Yeah.
with
Mm.
or sorry, that not on the nose, but you know what I mean. That God, I hate this place.
I do enjoy the fact that
anyway.
someone.
Someone's
So-
I was just gonna. I was just gonna say, Akor, I love the fact that you're stoking the flame in that chimney. Just keep on working on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it as a compliment.
From a
Oh,
And
from what I
also,
know of this kind of forgery work, it would just depend on what we're making. Would be the difficulty, what we have in there, and all that. So either one would be difficult.
you know, not to. Oh, sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
go
Oh,
ahead.
you're
I'm
good,
thinking
Otis.
out
Go
loud,
ahead.
sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, not to toot my own horn here, but I'm pretty good at building things.
Yeah.
And I'm like
Which
looking
I think
at.
is the one thing
Um,
that's in our favor here.
Would my detect magic have started here by about now?
By now, I would say it started a minute ago, but
Yeah.
casting out detect magic, the only type of magic you can sense in your radius would be the plaque that's in the room, and a magical source seemingly very similar to the plaque you just read, and one in each room. So you can kind of deduce that it's the same plaques that Otis's spider read while they were in the room.
And the school.
The school would be illusion.
That's what I figured. Okay. I think the room with the axe. I think that's what it is. I think that's the most.
But are we sure that it's an axe. Because I'm fairly certain the other one is a hammer, and
I would feel more confident with the room on the right myself, especially since it used more positive language.
That's also true. I think if we're more sure that it's the hammer, we should go in there, but I don't think we should immediately set their mind to that because there may be more information within the room than what we
Yes.
have out here.
that's true.
All right.
That's
And
why I
that is
said we
assuming
keep
we
it
can't
alive.
leave the room. So should we all of us go into that room?
It could kill us
I
all.
don't think we should split up.
Yeah, that is, and there's no guarantee that, say, maybe it's finicky. Maybe half of us go and we complete it, and then the other ones try to go with us, and then it throws a wrench in it because they didn't complete it in the eyes of whatever.
Yeah, very true. I mean, all right.
I'm the meathead of the group, so I might as well stay out. No, I should probably go in with you.
No,
I
we're
think you
all
should go
going in.
first. We're all going in.
Yeah, I think we need to stay together because
Yes.
given what we know about the place, we'll probably have to fight something at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've
All right.
convinced me.
Yeah.
It's not
So
hard.
the room on the right.
To the right.
To the right.
Okay. So
Get out of my head.
you go over to the door, and it opens just fine for you.
Okay.
I'll
Alright,
scamper away first if nobody else. I'm
yeah,
so excited.
I mean, no, I was gonna go in too. My assumption was that we were entering the room. Okay.
As y'all enter the room, from y'all's point of view, y'all see that the room is about 8 feet tall in height, and you see the forge seems to funnel itself into a nearby wall to like vent out the smoke that's coming out of the forge. And you're looking around and you see the anvil. You're seeing many of the different weapons and tools and equipment for blacksmithing, for forging. And next to the forge, you also take notice of different sets of molds there that depict different outlines for many different weapons and many different tools. Like you're seeing outlines of what looks to be axes, swords, hammers, sickle, what looks to be a long sword, like different kinds of molds that seem to be leaning against the forge.
Okay. That is wildly unhelpful. Alright, well, it is helpful, but it's also not giving us any further clues.
I do think that Miss Laurie was kind of onto it when she said something about Bastion with the hammer.
Is the door next to the plaque like the one that we just entered through, or is it more like...
Is there a door here?
Yeah, there is a door right there. It's basically the same size of the door you just walked in through, but you do not see any handholds to open the door.
Well,
Okay.
I kind of want to do a stupid thing really quick right now. Just bash my head against
No.
the door.
Your call if you want to do that.
I will abstain for now.
We need to be careful.
You hear Valerian. You hear Valerian in the back of your head go, "Pussy."
I'm gonna fucking do it then. I'm just gonna.
Oh god damn it.
As soon as
Okay.
as soon as you lean your head back, you hear Valerian go, "Wait, I'm just kidding." As
Yeah,
you
you fucking-
bash your head against the wall, against the door vibrates violently but remains locked, and you're just
Cora. Why?
Think what we're going to do?
Valerian called me a pussy. How could I not?
Are you stupid?
Kinda.
oh, Valerian's
Oh, I want
laughing
to
his ass
throttle your
off right
dragon.
now.
I want to throttle all of them. Okay.
Okay, well,
Alright,
yep,
do we
there's
wanna
nothing but
stick-
embers again.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so back to
Sam, I would like to read the plaque over just to remind myself of what it says.
Okay. As you read this plaque, you see it's the same thing with the other plaque. The text is blurry and then becomes in focus as it reads in abyssal. However, in this room, the creation of something to bash away the enemies, but also to help build the world around us is required. Something only the strongest can wield.
Okay, yeah, the building part is the clue there. So definitely a hammer.
Only the strongest can wield a very large hammer. I have
Um,
I wield a hammer and I'm not particularly strong.
Maybe
I
we
think
should
it's
look at
more.
the molds.
Yeah, would be wise. Um, Sam, can I look through the molds and see if there are any that if see if there is a hammer mold and if there's more than one mold that seems like it's for a hammer.
Sure. As you're looking around and looking through the molds just to see if you can spot anything in particular. I'll say. I'll say give me a perception check. Okay. As you're looking through the different sets of molds are right and there, you're seeing some molds are a lot of the molds are very clean. Like it looks like they haven't been used at all. And on the 21, you're seeing that the swords, like all the different molds of the swords, like the short sword, long sword, great sword, seem to be very clean. Like they're practically brand new. And you see the only sets that are in particular that seem to be used are the ones that are outlining different sizes of hammers. Some that seems to be small, standard hammers like looks like a builder can wield. Some looks to be the war hammer. It's kind of almost similar to Lari's hammer, and some seems to be depicting giant hammers. Just very different kinds of ham. The groups that are in the hammers category seem to be the one that are used.
Okay, can I tell if any one of them is used more than?
With the 21, it's hard to tell. Like even with the 21, it's hard to tell.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely leaning more towards hammer. All of the hammers are used much more than the swords are, or anything else in the molds. It looks like there's like standard war and then like giant hammer. I can't tell anything past the fact that the hammers are used more often. Um, so it seems like
It seems strange. If we're only taking one part of the riddle into account, I would say it's the large one, but it's something that is used to build and something that only the strongest can wield.
maybe something like a mallet,
what
like a
Mason's hammers or something like that.
it could be that.
I.
Mm.
Mm,
While they're discussing that, I'm going to be looking for any kind of ore we might need to be using.
Okay. As you're looking around the room, you're quick to pick up that you don't see any ore.
huh.
Like the only type of metal or ingots or anything close to that you see are the weapons that have already been made.
Mm,
Um,
I guess we'll have to smelt those.
It's hard. That is the part that throws it for the loop. That the strongest can wield. Because you don't build anything with a giant hammer.
Well, giants can.
That is true. But
But
Hmm. that might be just what we have to do.
didn't the previous thing say that it was that everyone can use?
Yeah,
That was for the blade. That wasn't for this one.
this one is for building, and only the strongest can use. Which might be why I can't figure out which one of these molds have been used more.
Try and smell whichever one could it potentially be. That'd be-
Cool.
Hey, like, okay, quite literally, my brain is shut down, so I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do something.
What
Fair
exactly are
enough.
you trying to smell for?
Whichever one is smell is the most recent, and I'm gonna guarantee I'm gonna fuck this up.
I'll say.
I'm trying to bring my. I'm an animal, okay?
Make me a perception check.
This is not gonna end well.
I
What the fuck?
Oh, is it doing the thing where it gets really good on like absolutely useless rolls?
It's a fucking nat.
I'm not telling you me just smelling the fucking moles. Oh my god. Why?
It smells like mold.
Shit.
That's
Yeah,
nuts.
it's gonna be one of those kinds of days.
Aw. I was just gonna try and see like which one smells like it was the last used.
Uh,
I don't think you were prepared for that, were you?
I didn't expect you to actually get a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
How to describe this? Okay, I got it. I got it.
Smells like people have been all over it more.
So you lean down and looking over the different sets of molds, and you're narrowing it down to the hammers set. And you lean down and you begin just letting your lion instinct take over, and you begin sniffing them to see if they have any different scents around them. And with the 23, you do pick up different scents from each mold. You're seeing the one that looks like a small hammer seems to be a mixtures of different scents that seems to be more. Trying my best to figure out how to describe this based on smell. It seems to have the same scent that you can assign to dwarves. Like you're smelling the scent of rock and coal and more metal base. Well, and some ale here and there. Basically, what you can categorize as the dwarves who seems to have used this mold, which is a small, like looks to be a hammer that builders mainly use. And you look over to the war hammer, and you sniffing and you're smelling many different races are around this mold. Seem mainly like everybody seems to use this mold a lot, and then you move over to the one that's a giant hammer, and all you can smell from them. Just trying to think if you would have met these creatures based on your background. Being born in a Sling Kingdom, you have access to a lot of creatures. The closest scent you can make off of the giant hammer is the hammer with is a scent of the Goliath, I guess you can say. The
So
Goliath.
it just smells really bad.
Yeah, kind of.
You should just see me do like the stank face at the last one. No, I don't like that.
Well, what can you tell?
Small one's dwarves. Second, the Warhammer was used by everybody. Biggest one was used by giants. God, does that smell awful.
Well,
So it would be the center one.
It seems like it's our choice.
Hmm.
I am getting the feeling that with the mention of robotic warriors, whatever we make, we're going to have to use to fight a robotic warrior.
Probably.
Mhm.
So,
feel
Akura,
like-
do you think you could use a giant hammer?
I'm a sword and shield sort of guy, so I could use I could use a warhammer, at best.
I could as well, but you are much stronger than me.
Yeah. I think we should just stick with the Warhammer.
Right down the middle.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what the plaque reads as well. Both
Well-
building and fighting. You can use hammers as big as warhammers for certain things in, like, say, building structures, I think.
But it needs to be that only the strongest can wield, so I think it needs to be the hammer from the Goliath.
We aren't going to be able to use the hammer for the
I'm
Goliath.
not exactly sure if that's the plan, but even if that is, it doesn't matter if we can't use it
Do we have
if
enough
it's not
metal?
the right choice.
Do we have enough metal for?
I don't know.
I can try and find out.
Oh, that's. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, we melt down the giant hammer and turn it into a war hammer. I think that's a thing you can do.
That's
Yeah.
the thing you can do.
Go ahead, Otis.
All right, and he like cracks his fingers, pulls down his glasses, taps them. They become like welding glasses.
That's
Oh,
adorable.
fantastic. I love him
Oh.
so much.
Let's see what we can do then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which mold are you grabbing, Otis?
I am using. You guys wanted to use the Warhammer, right?
I think we're
Warhammer
gonna
mold.
try. Okay, here. Let's put it to a vote. Do we do Warhammer or do we do Goliath Hammer?
Well, it depends on who's gonna use it.
Yeah, I say Warhammer.
I'm gonna go with the warhammer.
My
It's the
Yeah.
most viable one. Plus, you can be everyone can use. Plus, you do kind of have to be strong to use it too.
Yeah.
The
All
big
right.
one's just out of the question.
Okay. Then
Well, I've been outvoted, but I don't think.
Hey,
I
if
don't
we
know.
were
Mm.
wrong, you could just tell us you told us so.
Well, that's assuming we survive being wrong, but
here we go. Okay. Yeah, let's do Warhammer.
All right, so I'll just pick it up, Sam, and I'll just like start looking around, like the largest weapons to smelt first.
Okay.
Um,
As you pick up the mold and the mold of the Warhammer, look it around, and you turn it around to look at the different sets of weapons. Everyone that's in the room, as soon as he turns around, on the opposite side of the forge, against the wall, like above the table, you see four slits that are horizontal from each other or parallel to each other form and then opens up, and you see two sets of yellow, like orangish yellow eyes open up and staring. Seem to be locking eyes with you, Otis. And Otis, you do. It quickly snaps in your head. You do recognize this as beneath the eyes, you're seeing what looks to be a dark purple coloring seem to fill in the stone, and it looks like the symbol of the Rasa kingdom.
oh,
And it looks to be staring directly at you.
I'm gonna freeze in my tracks then.
And on
Oh.
that note, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh fuck. Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's always Otis, isn't it?
It
That's
is
all
pretty
right.
late.